You ask your AI to build a simple web page and it gives you a 500 line of complex code that entirely breaks your app. But this new plugin solves this issue by forcing your AI to be lazy. And in this video, I'm going to test it by building my own productivity app using Claude CLI and GLM 5.2 model as the AI brain. Hello everyone and welcome back to Build with AI series, where I cover local and free AI tools to build practical AI projects. So first, let's see what this new tool is all about. The entire philosophy of this tool is that it should do absolute minimum to get the job done. So instead of writing heavy bloated code files, it should write only one-liners that actually works. It is named after one long ponytail guy that everyone have in their office, who is highly experienced and can fix everything with a simple effortless edit. This tool brings that old school veteran thinking into your own AI projects, which is like having a supervisor over the AI brain head, making sure it is not trying to change everything when it is just asked to add simple feature. So whenever your AI is trying to write some 50 lines of code, this tool will look and review all of those, just say nothing and replaces them with a single line of code. But this tool also ensures that the entire logic is still intact and just removes any bloated code written by your AI agent. To really understand how powerful this is, we look at a coding problem that occurs almost every day. Imagine you just need a calendar box on your website so the users can pick their birthdays. If you ask a normal AI agent, they will first pick the flat picker library, write a wrapper component around it, add some style sheet commands, and start some discussions about the time zones. But with Ponytail, it will just add single line, which is this input type date, and it will automatically integrate a field where users can give their birth date. You can check more such examples by just going to their official documentations and in the examples link, where Ponytail is actually able to shorten all of these kinds of code. And when they tested this code, the results are actually really fascinating, as it actually writes 80 to 94% of less code, which means your API cost and your memory usage goes down 42 to 75%, and your outputs are generated 3 to 6 times faster than a no-skill agent. If you compare the lines of code generated by this tool compared to the baseline model, and when a model is built with this caveman skill that is also using the same logic, you can see that the median line code that is generated by this tool is just 39, while with caveman it is above 100, and with base models it is around 500 or 600. So we can actually confirm that this tool is just not making someone lucky guesses, as this performance is done on the median line of code generated by the tool. And the challenges done for this test are also real world, like email validator, debounce, CSV sum, countdown timers, or rate limiter applications. And you don't even have to guess what this tool is doing in background. Every shortcut that this Ponytail is making is marked in the code with the Ponytail tag, so it leaves a clear trail so you can know how exactly it simplified the problem. And you can also reproduce the benchmark numbers by just running this simple command, which will run the YAML file in the benchmarks folder. So in the same repository, they have kept the benchmarks folder and also the folders where the unconstrained agent bloat codes are also written. So how exactly this tool is working? It all comes down to a simple checklist that the AI agent has to follow before it writes any piece of code. Think of it like a ladder of laziness. The agent needs to follow each of the following steps, and the agent will stop at the first rung of that ladder as soon as it finds a perfect solution using any of those ladder rungs. The first question that the AI will ask is whether it needs that feature to exist or not. Let's say if you already have some built-in tool that can directly integrate that feature and the AI agent does not have to write the code, and in that case it will look at the installed dependencies of all the tools, forcing the agents to use the existing packages that are installed already instead of just downloading a brand new library for a single tiny feature. But if the AI absolutely have to write a fresh solution, it is forced to see whether it can solve the entire problem using a single line of code. So if the answer is yes, code will be a one single line, making it highly readable and easy to maintain. And only after failing all of these easy shortcuts, AI is finally allowed to write a custom block of code, but even then it is strictly ordered to use the minimum code that works for the solution. And you might think that cutting all these corners might make your code vulnerable or add some unforeseen issue, but that is not the case at all, as this tool is lazy but not negligent, and all the trust boundary validation, data loss handling, security, and accessibility are never put on the chopping block for this tool. So all these conditions will remain same as your earlier code, but only the parts that can be chopped will be chopped. Now to install this tool, you need to install the commands using the same coding assistant that you are using. Let's say if you are using the Claude CLI, you can just use the plugin commands. Then for codecs, you can use the codecs plugins. And there are similar steps for GitHub Copilot, PyAgent, OpenCode, Gemini CLI, Anti-Gravity, or OpenClaw. For my project, I'm going to be using the Claude CLI commands, and I'm going to be using the Claude CLI inside Ollama, where you can simply use Ollama Launch Claude and use any of the Ollama local or cloud model inside Claude CLI as your AI brain. For example, for this project, I'm going to be using the latest GLM 5.2 cloud model, which is just released by z.ai yesterday, having up to 1 million token in the context window. As my coding platform, I'm going to be using Google Anti-Gravity. If you don't have it installed, just go to antigravity.google/download and download the installer according to your platform. And for using the Ollama models, you will be needing the Ollama software. So for that, go to ollama.com/download and use the download installer according to your platform. Then once you have Google Anti-Gravity installed, we'll install first the Claude CLI into your system, open the terminal and paste it here. I'll be putting this readme file in a GitHub repo that you can find in the GitHub link in description and pinned comments. Then I'm going to update the path environment variable so the Windows knows that we have the Claude CLI installed in our system. So you just need to copy these commands. It will automatically fetch your current user path and add the Claude installation bin path into your environment variables. So I'll again copy this, go to the terminal and paste it here. Now to use the GLM 5.2 cloud model inside Claude CLI, I'm going to making a custom model file, which will take the GLM 5.2 cloud model as the base model, but I'm going to tweak some parameters so it can behave in the way that I want for this project. So first, as I'm going to generate some codes using this model, I'm going to set the temperature as close to 0 just to get deterministic responses from it, as if you keep it close to 1 you will get some varied responses as creativity of the model increases as the temperature increases. But here, as I want the correct code generated, I'm going to keep the temperature as deterministic value. Then I'm going to keep the context window as 8000 tokens for now, just so that it doesn't use all of my system's memory. Then I'm going to give it a system prompt which will define the role of this model. I'm asking it to behave like Claude because I'm going to use it inside the Claude CLI, who is an helpful AI assistant, always respond concisely and provide clean zero dependency HTML output when asked for the code. In this task, as I'm going to ask this AI to generate simple HTML codes for my productivity app, that's why I've defined this role to the AI model. But you can modify it according to your own needs, or you can completely skip this if you want to use this model in any use case that you want. So once you make this model file, I'll also be putting this model file in the GitHub link. To register this model next in Ollama, we just need to run this simple query, which will register this model file as a new model called my custom Claude. So I'll just paste it here, and now the model is registered in my Ollama directory. I can also confirm it by just typing Ollama list into my terminal, and I will see that the my custom Claude latest is registered in the Ollama directory. Now I can directly interact with this chat or use it in any of my projects or inside the Claude CLI as well. Next, I need to configure the Anthropic Claude CLI so that it sends all the requests not to the Claude API servers but to my local Ollama URLs. So I'll just copy this, again open a new terminal and paste it here. So this will redirect all of the requests that the Claude CLI is making to whatever Ollama model I want. So now everything is ready. We just need to launch the Claude code using this Ollama model that we have built. So I'll just copy this and paste it in the terminal. So now it is launching the Claude code with my custom Claude. It is trying to access the current workspace folder and asking my permission for it. So I'll just press enter. And now the Claude CLI is launched, and you can see that the model name is listed as my custom Claude here. Now to install the Ponytail plugin, you just need to copy the same commands that were given in the Ponytail doc and paste them here. So now it is asking me whether I want to install it for this user. So I'll just press enter here. And now the plugin is successfully installed in Claude CLI. In case if you get any errors using the same commands as in the repository, just add this full GitHub URL because sometimes the Claude CLI is not able to find the exact plugin name in the marketplace. Now to apply this plugin, I just need to use this reload plugins command. So I'll just copy it and paste it here. So now it has activated all the plugins that I have installed recently, which includes this Ponytail plugin. Now I'm going to give this tool some two different prompts. First, I'm going to give a simple prompt that build a beautifully styled productivity app with a countdown timer and a to-do list. Put everything in a single HTML file and save the HTML as app.html. So I'll just copy this prompt and paste it here. So just note here, I'm not giving the Ponytail command. As to use the Ponytail plugin, you have to pass this /Ponytail Ultra command. So right now it will use the same AI model and build the HTML file directly. While with Ponytail Ultra, I'm going to test whether the Ponytail is able to reduce the code lines, but also build a beautiful dashboard that I want. So now it has given the app.html file in the same folder, and it has given around 144 line of code. So now let's see with Ponytail how many code lines we get, and then we'll compare the both outputs as well. So again, I will go to the terminal, and now I pasted this command which will have the Ponytail Ultra also added. And here I'm asking it to save the final HTML as Ponytail app.html. Now it has also given me the Ponytail app.html file, and here you can see the code file is only 29 lines long. So now let's compare the output of both of these files as well. I'll just right click and open it in File Explorer and then open it in my browser. So this is the app.html that was initially generated, and here you can see the timer engine is there. There are different fields for minutes, seconds, and we can initialize the countdown. And then we can add some tasks in our to-do list with this task management panel as well. So it has given me proper both sections where the code lines are 140 lines long. So now let's see what Ponytail is able to do with just 29 line of code. So as you can see here, it has given me the simple timer where I can directly put the time that I want and just start the clock down, where I can just enter some task and press enter to submit them. So you see both of my requirements are actually fulfilled, but the code lines are reduced drastically by more than 100 lines of code. And the overall theme is also kept nicely for a simple productivity app, considering that this code was only written in 29 lines of code. But this was just a simple productivity app that I have built. You can use the same tool in some other use cases as well. I've listed all of these in this README file and some future features that you can also add to this tool. So you can go over them and get some ideas on practical AI projects that you can build with it. So that is how you force your AI to stop writing complicated codes and start being a lazy but highly experienced coder. The full README file with a step-by-step instruction on how to set up this tool will be available in the GitHub link in description and pinned comments, so you can grab them and get started with the tool easily. Let me know in comments if you have some suggestions for me to build more AI projects, and follow the channel for more such AI-based updates and workflows.